In the new movie Ted 2, Mark Wahlberg reprises his role as John Bennett, the best friend of a foul-mouthed, beer-guzzling bear with naughty tendencies. And when Ted is denied civil rights because he's a teddy bear, John and Ted decide to take legal action. Take a look.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a few test questions. Are you ready?
Yep, bring it on.
You're on the stand. The DA says, Ted, do you consider yourself to be human?
Objection sustained.
No, the witness can't object.
Overruled.
Sidebar.
Guilty.
Speculation.
Hearsay.
Bailiff.
Briefcase.
Disregard.
In my chambers.
Stop beavering the witness.
Arrest.
We could totally be lawyers. Bang.
I can't wait to take my 11-year-old and my 8-year-old to this. This is going to be great. Is that it's not a kid's movie?
No.
No?
You want to be able to get back in the house?
Yeah.
No, don't do it.
We don't want the kids taken away from you?
No.
You going back. This is your first time doing a sequel. Why Ted?
Well, you know, obviously it was a huge success, but we just felt like we could make it better than the first, and also its own story. So when you meet them now, John is no longer married. Ted is taking the plunge to get married. In order to save his marriage, he wants to have a baby, and that poses some serious problems.
So as a guy who produces a lot of movies and a lot of TV, you say that there had to be some, this couldn't be just going back to the well.
Yes, no. You know, most of the time, I mean, for me, the rule is if you can make it better than the first, then it's worth doing. And that's a very difficult thing to do. And Seth wasn't really into doing a sequel either, and then he pitched me the idea, and I said, absolutely, that could work.
You know, I'm thinking back, I think it was your wife who, when you first presented the idea of doing Ted 1, told you it would ruin your career.
Yeah, well, she had the same reaction that I had. It's hard to pitch this movie. I don't care how good you are. You take the best marketing people in the world. You say a guy who wishes his teddy bear comes to life, and then they hang around and basically, you know, watch TV and talk crap about people. And it sounded ridiculous. So we're driving to the Oscars, and I finally committed to making the movie. And she said, "Yeah, enjoy tonight because you know that'll be it.
This is it for your career."
And then she saw the movie, and she absolutely loved it.
So are you the kind of guy who then goes back to your wife and says, "Honey, you were wrong"? Like, honey, you were wrong.
Next time, just give me the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But no, you don't say you're wrong.
One of the things in this movie is you're involved in, how do I put this? One of the more disgusting scenes in
movie history.
In movie history.
Yes.
So when you read the script for that, what was your reaction?
I was just laughing hysterically, you know, because it's such a funny moment. Then I flipped the page. I said, "Wait a second here." I kind of stopped in my tracks, and I went back, and I said, that's John? That's me.
I'm in this scene?
Yeah, at first I thought it was Ted, you know, it was like, and it's just one of those funny things, but then I was like, you know what, it worked on the page, and I remember arguing with Seth about the fight scene in the first movie, just thought it was ridiculous, and I didn't want to do it because I was embarrassed, and so this time I said I just had to trust him, and it's one of the funniest moments in the movie.
There's a lot of cameos. I don't want to give those away because it's nice when people get surprised by them. One I can talk about is Tom Brady, and you actually picked up, you're a big New England fan, obviously. You picked up the phone and asked him?
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time. It's actually funny because he came to visit me on the set of Ted 1. I tried to tell him the concept, and he was like, "Oh, that seems cool." And of course, he thought it was a ridiculous idea, too. And then he saw the movie and loved it. I called him, I told him the scene, and once he finally stopped laughing, he said, yeah, he'd love to do it.
You know, he's going to appear on his appeal today for Deflategate. How do you feel about Deflategate as a New England fan?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think Tom Brady is the best quarterback to ever play the game. Should have 6 championships, will before it's all said and done.
Did he mess with the balls?
No, that's ridiculous. He's got beautiful balls.
I'll set him up, you kick him through, all right? Mark Wahlberg. Mark, good to see you.
Thank you, buddy.
Pleasure, always. Ted 2 from our sister company, Universal Pictures, opens Friday.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.